Dear world, in this new video series, I'm going to explain how to plan your next trip to Finland. I'll guide you in everything from visa, flights, accommodation, food, local transport, sightseeing, and most importantly, northern lights. These videos will be informative, so feel free to pause and take notes. The videos will be released every week. By the end of this series, you will be ready to start booking for Finland 2025. Do subscribe to Dear World Love Prachi and turn the notifications on. So, let's begin. Finland is famous for being a winter paradise and is one of the few countries in the world which lies in the Arctic Circle. This makes it an ideal spot for viewing aurora or northern lights. However, Finland is beautiful even in other seasons and provide a lot of natural wonders for tourists to see apart from aurora borealis. Finland is a country in northern Europe which is bordered by Russia on the east, Sweden on the west, Norway on the north and the Gulf of Finland on the south. This country is part of the European Union and also Schengen region. Finnair Airlines runs direct flights between Delhi and Helsinki. Apart from this, there are other airlines which provide one-stop flights from Mumbai, Bengaluru, Chennai, Hyderabad, etc. Obviously, you will get cheaper flights the earlier you book. Booking in advance also has other advantages. You are not overwhelmed by a huge credit card bill, or you don't notice a huge chunk of money gone from your savings account. If you're booking the Finnair flight between Delhi and Helsinki, remember to also consider the flight cost between Delhi and your hometown. I would also suggest checking for trains going to Delhi, and that would be cheaper than flight definitely. If you're booking a stopover flight, please be mindful of the transit country. It would be preferable if you book flights which transit in the Schengen area because you already will have a Schengen visa. Indian passport holders can transit via Turkey and Qatar, so look for Indigo or Turkish Airlines which transit via Istanbul or Qatar Airways which transit in Doha. At the time of making this video, Indian passport holders cannot transit in the UK without a valid UK visa. So stay away from British Airways. We booked a Lufthansa flight between Mumbai and Helsinki via Munich, and for return we booked a Finnair flight from Helsinki to Delhi. We would have preferred having a Lufthansa flight for both legs of the journey, but the problem was that Lufthansa flight for return to Mumbai had a 14 to 16 hours stopover in Germany. Let us talk about the most needed and yet the most exhausting part of the Finland travel. Indian passport holders require a Schengen visa to travel to Finland, since it is a Schengen country. Step 1 is to book your flights and to also book your accommodation. Step number 2 is filling the visa application form on finlandvisa.fi. Step number 3 is booking an appointment at your nearest VFS center which processes Schengen visa for Finland. This is very important to note because not all VFS centers cater to Finland visa. When you book the appointment on VFS website, you need to pay the VFS appointment fee, which comes to approximately 2,623 rupees. This is not the visa fees, this is just VFS processing fees. When you go in for your appointment at the VFS center, they will collect your passport, take in your biometric information and collect the visa fees. The visa fees is approximately 9,000 rupees per person. The Schengen visa process is absolutely insulting for Indian passport holders. You have to submit proof of accommodation, flight bookings to and from Finland to your home country, internal travel bookings, proof of employment, proof of financial means. If you're retired, then you have to show pension, proof of studying, a lot of things. Once you submit your passport to VFS, it is then dispatched to the Finnish embassy which is located in Delhi. It took us around 2 weeks to receive our passport back. Once you receive your passport back with the visa sticker, check the details very carefully. The number mentioned next to duration of stay is more important than visa valid from to. For example, they may give you a visa which is valid from 1st of December to 31st of December, but the duration of stay is 10 days. That means you can stay only for 10 days and not for 31 days. We learnt this the hard way. And here is how we learned another useful tip. Always Always book refundable flights and refundable accommodation, especially if you're traveling to a Western country. If by chance your visa is rejected, then the refundable flights and booking will come handy because you will get your money back. As I mentioned at the start of the video, Finland can be visited in any of the seasons. It depends on what you want to experience. Finland experiences spring, summer, autumn, and winter. In spring, that is April and May, you can still experience the last of the auroras, hit the ski slopes, and visit cherry blossoms orchards. This is also the time when migratory birds return to Finland, so you can go bird watching. In summer season, which lasts from June to August, Finland becomes the land of the midnight sun. There is daylight 24/7 in summer season in Finland. Since the weather is warmer, the water will be relatively warmer and you can go for a swim at midnight when the sky is still bright. You can go hiking in nature reserves, go for guided tours to see bears and wolves and other animals in Finland. Since summer lasts for 3 months of the year and there is daylight the whole day, Finns like to make the most of it, and there are a lot of parties and events happening in Finland. June is also the Pride month and there will be a lot of Pride activities for you to take part in. September and October are autumn months and that's when you will see the nature start becoming orange, red and golden. Ruska in Finnish means autumn. The weather starts getting colder and the night temperature drops at 10 degrees Celsius. This is also the season when forests become abundant with berries and mushrooms. Finland believes in every man's right, which gives anyone, be it Finn or not, the right to forage for berries and mushrooms and go fishing. This right does come with a duty to be mindful of how much you take and leaving the nature intact and unharmed. However, there are very few places in the world where you can experience winter the way you can in Finland. Winter season starts in November and goes on till March. By the start of December, you can experience snowfall and deep snow in the northern region of Finland, which is Lapland. Winter in Finland also means unique activities like husky sledding, reindeer sledding, snowmobile, snowshoeing, skiing, and so many other things. Oh, and also ice fishing. But the biggest draw of winters in Finland is the northern lights. So auroras occur all throughout the year, but you need dark sky to see them. Finland experienced something called as polar night, where the sun doesn't come above the horizon. So there is daylight, or you can say that the sky is bright for just 2 hours of the day during winter season. That means there are more hours of darkness and more chances of seeing the aurora. So if you want to visit Finland for aurora viewing, you can visit in autumn and also in winter. The other activities that you will do apart from aurora viewing will help you decide whether you should travel in autumn or winter. We visited Finland in late November, early December because apart from aurora viewing, we wanted to experience husky sledding, snowmobiling, snowshoeing. And here is how you can start planning. You can finalize the month of travel by deciding which activities you want to do apart from Northern Lights. Check for flights in incognito mode. Save the flight info in Finland 2025 Excel sheet, link in description. Thank you for watching this video. In episode 2, I'll tell you about Helsinki and Rovaniemi. Send me your doubts via the comment section. I'll see you next time. Bye!